Hello and welcome along people to another one of my little videos. Well, here it is, as promised, the top 3 from supers from this year's F.S.R.A.Top British Sidecar Championship. Sit back, relax, make yourself a brew and enjoy. As we have no podium for this round, I thought it would be nice to have a catch up with some of the teams in the championships from Supers and Cup. Lee Crawford and Jake Lowther. Can you sum up your racing year in 3 words? Jake?
Bit of a roller coaster for me.
That's quite good.
Up and down.
I think 3 words would be difficult, endurance, reward, and that's how it probably would be.
Okay. Plans for the future, Lee?
See the rest of the season out. We have some events left which we're at Knockhill at the moment for the last British Championship round, and Scarborough for the Oliver's Mount round next weekend.
Yeah.
And there's 2 BSBs left for the long F600. So, yeah.
So you're the 2 of you are doing it?
Yeah, me and Jake are teaming up together to finish the year.
Happy days. Jake?
Well, obviously I'm waiting for Al to get fit. So obviously I've got the rest of the year with Lee, and then there's maybe potential Al coming back at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Hopefully be ready for sort of end of October.
Oh, that's good news.
As long as the bike's ready.
Yeah.
But if not, then obviously it'll be TT plans for next year with Al.
Fabulous. What preparation do you do, or what preparation do you do on the bike before you go racing? Lee?
The bike gets a full strip down after every weekend, pretty
Yeah.
much. Obviously brake pads and oil and engines all checked over. Myself, I do a little bit of swimming, a little bit of gym, try and keep the diet right,
Yeah.
try and keep up on sleep, and yeah, that's my prep really. I'm not giving nothing else away, so yeah.
Not so much for myself really. I've always been quite lucky and winged it and managed to get away with it, so I'm not going to lie.
That's honest.
Yeah, I've always had the idea of training but never actually come around to doing it, so...
I'll do that next week.
Maybe, yeah, one of them. I'll start on Monday.
Yeah. Do you have any superstitions or routines before you go racing? Jake?
I never used to, but since I started riding with Al, he's very superstitious. He
Right.
rubs trees before the TT and it started rubbing off on me, so now I have like a lucky block I've got to touch before I set off for the TT. Only really the TT where I'll take that into mind, but
Yeah.
I'm not really a superstitious person.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not very superstitious. I think I like my own little time, my own way, my own artistic little behaviour that I've got.
Yeah.
I like to get myself out and I'll put myself in a positive mindset and have a laugh with people, but no, I don't take it too serious. Not really.
Cool. Do you have a favourite track and your least favourite track, and why? Lee?
No, I wouldn't say I do. I think I appreciate a circuit that offers a variation of difficulties. I don't have a very favourite one. I don't like to go to the same circuit time and time again. So Knockhill, for instance, has aspects to it that some don't. Croft, again, is quite open pan, but it's bumpy. Yeah, no, I do appreciate a good circuit, but I wouldn't say I've got a favourite one.
Right. And least favourite? You wouldn't have one that you really
No,
don't
I
like?
won't say.
No, you won't say? Oh, right, okay, other people have, but, you know.
I keep that to myself, otherwise
Okay.
it's like a weak spot, isn't it?
I won't be able to pick a favourite, but I've got a couple of tracks I don't really enjoy as much as the others. Like
Yeah.
Anglesey for one, I've never really enjoyed it.
Right.
Put it down to having some big accidents there, but
That'll do it.
yeah, really
I think
bad.
most of the guys that I've chatted with today, their least favourite tracks is tracks that they haven't had a good result on.
Yeah, it's a fair point,
Yeah.
yeah, fair point.
Yeah. What is your favourite thing about your teammate and your least favourite thing about your teammate?
I like getting on the bike with someone who you can gel with on and off the bike.
Yeah.
I think when you've got a good friendship, you can have a laugh, but then through the week you can stay in contact with, and you are friends, because this is what it is to us and to me.
Yeah.
You've got a friendship. Because with a strong friendship, you've got a strong bond. You trust each other on bike, you trust each other off the bike,
Yeah.
and you know that you're both there for the same reason. So I think that's probably the best way to sum up that one for me.
Yeah. Least favourite? You got one?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Move on. Jake?
Yeah,
Go on, be honest.
You've got to have like the family connection, you know. You've got to, especially as a passenger. You sat on the back. You've got to know, trust them what they're going to do, and think
Yeah.
you know what they're going to do before they do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, luckily the people that I've rode with, I've got a good connection on and off bike, so I've always had that sort of connection with them. So I reckon I've never had it in a team, mate, but I have seen it where drivers give passengers a lot of stick for things that isn't really their fault. It's like a passenger's an easy blame route. I don't agree with things like that. With a team, you take it as a team. If something goes wrong, you take it as a team.
So anything irritating about Lee?
No, not really.
Not really at all?
No.
Okay. Lots of other people have said that there is, but you know.
What about me? What about them?
Last but not least, what inspired you to get into sidecar racing, or who inspired you to get into sidecar racing? Lee?
My dad, really, family. My dad did it back in 1979, 1980. He took some time out and he come back. So racing's always been in the family from my grandma, my granddad. So it's all stemmed from.
So it goes back further than your dad?
Yeah, it goes back to probably 1960.
Because I thought you were going to say your dad, but I didn't realise that.
My grandma was probably the first one. Grandma and granddad, they were the first ones as far as I'm aware of.
Right.
So that was always the plan. And I started go-karting through Mike. We never really had this in mind.
Yeah.
And I just kind of outgrew the karting job, so we went to sidecars.
Right.
Should have stuck to 4 wheels, really.
Really? No, I think you go quite well on 3. So.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah. Jake?
Pretty much similar to Lee. My dad raced when I was a child. I used to come to a lot of meetings with him, and then we sort of started on bad circumstances because my dad had passed away, so then my brother rang me. But I'd say it was my dad and Nige Connor really that got me really drawn into racing, and Nige was sort of pushing me as I was getting to the age to be able to passenger to do it. And then my brother gave me the final push when he decided he wanted to start as well.
John?
Yeah, John. Yeah. So that's how we sort of got into it together as a family, and we did it in my dad's memory, so it was all sort of my dad that brought us into the sport.
Yeah. Well, cheers. Thanks ever so much, guys. And hope you have a good race later on today.
Thank you very much.
Shout out
Thanks
to
ever so
Mad
much.
Leprechaun.
Right, it's a family show, so hopefully no swearing, please. Steve and Matty Ramsden. Hello, thanks for your time. Sum up your racing year in 3 words, if you can. Steve.
Up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah. Getting better.
Cool, we like that. Plans for the future?
It's probably the same as always. Well, looking well in the future.
Whatever, next year's championship or next year's
Same again,
next year. So back in the FSRA.
F.S.R.A. and TT Southern, and hopefully more Scarboroughs.
Right. You're at Scarborough next weekend?
Next weekend.
Cool. What is your prep for yourselves and for the bike before you go racing?
Nothing. Honestly, there's.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we just get on and ride it.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is obviously just bike fitness.
Right.
So you can't get anything better than bike fitness. Obviously you got to not get too fat.
Yeah. So you can't overly enjoy yourself every Christmas.
No.
Do you have any superstitions or rituals before you go racing?
We always shake hands, regardless.
Before, yeah.
Right.
Well, we go out to practice or.
Yeah, and it'd be weird if we didn't. You know, it just wouldn't be right.
Yeah. Your favourite track and your least favourite track, and why?
Castle Coombe, because it's a waste of time.
Least favourite.
Yeah.
And then you say your favourite.
Let's go to Scarborough. I like the roads, I like Scarborough.
Yeah.
TT, Anglesey.
Yeah. And least favourite? Castle Coombe. Yeah. Okay. What? Right. So this is a slightly controversial question.
Yeah.
And it's totally up to you how you want to answer it, collectively or otherwise. What is your favourite thing about your teammate and your least favourite thing about your teammate? Totally up to you how you want to answer that one.
It's my son, so I've got to. I don't know.
Yeah.
He winds me up sometimes, but yeah, like the older, I'll probably wind him up.
Probably mutual feelings. Like, I know he should be trying harder, and I know he can try harder, so I get annoyed. You know what I mean? And then.
It's an honest answer.
But then when I get annoyed at him, he obviously gets back annoyed at me. So that works.
I mean, you two do look particularly fast when you're out there, so it's obviously a combination and a communication between the two that obviously does work.
We don't really communicate. We just know I just know he's there.
And there is a family connection though that obviously you don't need to communicate.
Yeah.
I think it's
You just
Trust.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge part of it, trust. Yeah, big time. Last question, and what inspired you guys, or who inspired you guys to get into sidecar racing?
That's more him, obviously. He needs to answer that question.
Right, so he probably inspired you.
Yeah, exactly. I won't be doing it if it weren't for him.
Right.
It all started with motocross sidecars.
Really? And they're completely loons.
Beach racing and motocross, and then
Right.
moped sidecars, and then we took to roads.
Right.
With Paul Coward, I started with Jamie Coward's dad.
Yeah.
I started racing with him
Okay.
long time since.
Wow. Cool.
It weren't till Matt convinced me to buy a LCR we came to this level.
Right. How long have you been in the FSRA paddock?
6 years, 7 years.
6 years, and you've been doing the roads as well at the same time.
Well, no, but he's done road. He's done TT back in '95.
Right.
Yeah, 6, probably 8. He'll have done it what 10 times or something.
12, I think.
Right.
12,
Wow.
yeah. I've done it 6.
So,
Enjoy it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Last year was a bit of a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one.
This year rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to forget.
Yeah, indeed. All right, guys. Well, thanks ever so much for your time,
Thank you.
and good luck this afternoon.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thank you.
for that.
Nice.
Cheers. Pete Founds and Jevan Walmsley. All right. Sum up your racing year in 3 words. Pete.
Excellent, epic, enjoyable.
Fantastic.
Was Jevan, you got to do 3 as well.
I've got to do 3 as well. Oh,
I picked all the good ones
yeah.
as well.
Successful, good fun.
So we got a paddock announcement kind of going as well, so we're struggling with the paddock announcement. Hopefully that'll stop in a minute. Right, I've got 3 words for you as a suggestion, as an outsider. 1, the championship.
Yeah, spot on, yeah.
So you're supers, you're in the super class, and
Yeah.
you did win the British Championship this year.
Yeah,
I had to tell the other 2 boys in the cup that said the same thing. So congratulations and well done.
Cheers, thank you.
It's been a good year, and you did quite well at the TT as well.
Yeah, it was. Mixed feelings with the TT. You know, it was a bit of an unusual year, and the races getting cut short and the incidents. But it was. We had a great TT really. It was enjoyable, wasn't it?
It
as
was
well?
enjoyable.
Actually enjoyed it. And the Southern 100, well, that was the icing on the cake for us. That was
Right.
just what a great week that was.
Yeah.
Just in general, the whole week, bike ran perfect, and the company was good. It was just great.
It's a quirky track. I quite liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a brilliant track.
Plans for the future, as in next year.
Your plans have got to evolve depending on what rule changes there are, what class changes, what championships are running. So you've got to be flexible. So I wouldn't commit to say, right, I'm definitely doing this next year unless someone was asking me to do that. So
Yeah.
but yeah, we win the TT.
Staying
Yeah.
together as a team though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's not sacked me yet.
Not
so.
sacking him just yet, or he's not sacking me. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What is your prep for the bike, and what is your physical prep before you go racing?
Well, we definitely don't stay up late
Right.
drinking.
Don't drink.
Definitely don't do that. Prep for the bike is I've got a great set of mechanics, and they are second to none. They're brilliant. You can't fault them. They just get stuck in. As soon as the bike comes in, they know exactly what to check, what to change.
Yeah.
All the brakes come off, clean all the calipers, pads. They check around all the chassis,
Yeah.
fuel the bike, check the oil, all the fittings. They're brilliant. Lads at Sony.
Yeah.
So your chassis, I was asking one of the other guys, your chassis is metal and unpainted as well.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
No, it's not unpainted. We've actually had ours powder coated.
Oh, okay.
Which electro powder coated.
Right.
It's got to be electro powder coated, because then if you do get cracks, it always cracks through the powder coating as well. So
Superstitions or routines before you go racing. Jevan.
Definitely for me, yeah. I've
Really?
got my little superstitions and
Do ya?
stuff, yeah.
Do you know what? You were the first one, honestly, to answer this one. So go on, tell me.
It's just a little routine with the girlfriend that we do. So
Can we say it on camera, or is it?
it's just the way we do a little fist bump and stuff like that.
Brilliant. That's nice. Please.
Nothing really.
No.
No. Lucky underwear.
Lucky underwear.
Well,
Yeah.
I chucked it away after yesterday. I've got fresh undies on today, so that's nice for my girlfriend.
Favourite track or least favourite track, and why? I've had various different answers to this.
Don't think I have an outright favourite one, but I like circuits like, obviously TT. If I was to pick a race of the year, it's a TT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't beat smashing it round there, can you?
Can't beat TT.
Short circuits, Alton Park.
Alton Park and Cadwell.
Alton Park and Cadwell, yeah.
Right.
They're two.
Least favourite? Cadwell has come up a lot.
At the moment, Knockhill.
No, yeah. Yeah.
but we're overcoming that. We're hoping to overcome that in the next one.
We haven't won here yet. Yeah, so at the moment it's at the bottom of the race.
Yeah.
Right, this question came up because of the RAF boys last night, so it's slightly controversial, and how you answer it is completely up to you. What is your favourite and least favourite thing about your teammate, Jevan?
Good question.
Favourite thing's got to be his hair. It's cool, isn't it? Just because I ain't got any.
You and me both, mate.
Least favourite thing. His stinky pants. His lucky stinky pants. Like
that's a really it's a tough one to answer. That I'll be making something up because I don't think I've got the least favourite thing about him.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah.
He's
And
just
favourite thing?
He's just the golden boy, isn't he?
Last but not least, what inspired you, or who inspired you to get into sidecar racing?
I don't think I could say anyone other than my dad, to be fair.
Right.
Watching
Was he
him.
in the sport before?
Yeah, he raced when I was since the age of nothing. Yeah, so
Right.
he took me to the TT every year when I was a kid growing up. So he's been my hero, my legend. Watching him crash into pretty much every other competitor on the track.
Was he a bit like Lee Crawford?
Well, maybe once. Yeah.
Jevan?
Yeah, to be fair, I don't really have one because how I got into it is I just went to a race meeting and got told I was a good size for a passenger. So
Right.
that's how I got into it. Wasn't really.
What I would add to that is what inspires someone to want to be a passenger.
Probably a loose screw.
You got the driver doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just good fun.
Yeah.
It's just the buzz from it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks ever so much for your time, guys. That's it.
Cheers.
You survived,
Thank you.
Jevan.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys, and good luck this
Cheers.
afternoon.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, for any reason, please feel free to give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to ding dong the notification bell, and that way you will never ever ever miss another episode here on the Mad Leprechaun. Until next time, people, look after yourself. Bye bye.